And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. And I think you know that we are all in our sunglasses. There's a little bit of a vibe tonight, like I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. Shout out if everyone recognizes that song, Sunglasses at Night. I am your host, Dan the Man, and today we have two amazing, beautiful, talented ladies from the world of book and authors. Let's give a virtual round of applause for Sydnee Author, and a virtual round of applause for Michelle Bowser, and a animal round of applause for her friend, Crackoon.
Hilarious.
So, for those watching and future watching, Sydnee Author and Michelle Bowser, they're both authors. Sydnee has a book, and her book is Everything I Need to Know I Learned in a Go-Go. It's now available on Amazon, so go ahead and check that. If you want a signed copy, what is the website?
It's learnedingogo.com. And
So-
if you order, I just gotta give a little more information, because if you order a personalized copy, you also get a free bookmark, you get free shipping, you get a free compilation playlist. So check it out. Good stuff.
So keep in mind, everybody, that's the works package. You get all the works in there.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a beefy book. It's
Oh,
it's not a pamphlet.
no. It's quite the page turner.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
All right. And for those who are into the spooky season right now, I'm going to tell you right now, available on Screambox, Crack-A-Coon. So make sure to go ahead and check out Crack-A-Coon. Check out our wonderful, talented raccoon, Crack-A-Coon, and also Michelle Bowser is in that film as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I am the Crackoon. I was the so that's why I have him here. And he's got his sunglasses on because he doesn't want anybody to see that he's been taking acid mine drainage, and he's got the orange eyes. Because acid mine drainage is the latest designer crack on the street, and he gets a hold of some and it turns him a little violent. So it's a horror comedy. I do have a little part as a human. I play Marla, the park ranger secretary that has to field all the crazy phone calls coming in about what's going on out on the street.
I love Crackoon. He's awesome.
He is awesome.
So as far as what does the voice sound for like Crackoon? I'm just wondering if we can get like a sneak peek of what his voice sounds. Can you tell us?
He doesn't really talk. He does some.
Okay.
I don't do the screaming. In the movie, anywhere you see him, I'm somewhere. I'm either throwing him at somebody or I'm somewhere just off screen with my hand up his butt.
All in a day's work, right?
I mean, maybe Crack-A-Coon, maybe he could be from Brooklyn or something, you know?
He's actually from West Virginia. And that's why
okay.
the designer drug is called acid mine drainage, because anybody who lived in the coal fields, back in the day, the creeks used to be orange from the acid mine drainage. And so this new crack is orange and it comes out of West Virginia. So acid mine drainage.
Gotcha. Okay.
There you go. All right. So we now know the origin of Crack-A-Coon. So we can rule out Brooklyn. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the next segment, the honor segment. This is where we honor our guest. If we had a really big budget, we would have all these like fancy animations and like all this music playing, and like horns and that. But we're Dan-A-Plooza, so we just are old fashioned and we just honor people the way that we can. All right, so first for honoring, we're gonna honor Sydnee. I know that we haven't known each other for a long time, but I know that you've checked out my podcast and like you've really liked it. I know that you're in the podcast world as well.
Yes.
I know that you've interviewed some people, like C. Ernst Harth, and you've interviewed some other people. So, from one podcaster to another podcaster, I wish many successful podcasts with going forward. It is a lot of work and everything, and it is very time consuming, but I can see that you're really good at it and that you enjoy it. So I honor you for doing that and for bringing your book. And, I'm going to create as much opportunity as I can for you. So I'd like to honor you, Sydnee author, here on Dan-A-Plooza. And
thank you. You're like going in and out. I don't know if that's on my end or yours, but thank you so much. And I appreciate you having me on here. And I wish many, many more wonderful podcasts for you too. Thank you.
you're welcome. And to my friend Michelle, I honor you for being on Dan-A-Plooza, I believe, back in 2022. We've had many successful podcasts. We had a wonderful authors panel, and Michelle could tell you, Sydnee, that I do what I can to try and help people move forward. I love just talking with Michelle. She's always at conventions. It's a lot of fun. And I'm definitely going to check out Crack-A-Coon on Screenbox, maybe even on Halloween. So I honor you, Michelle, for always willing to be here and your creativity and your positivity.
Oh, well, thank you. And if you're going to check it out on Halloween, then also on Halloween, the trailer for the next movie, Crackula, is going to be released, where I wear these sunglasses as Detective Sydnee. That's going to come out next year sometime, but the trailer's going to drop on Halloween.
I definitely am checking that out.
As soon as you said Sweeney, I went right to Sweeney Todd. I went to that. She's the demon barber of Crackfleet Street.
The worst pies in London.
The Dracula pies in London. That's good. So
that's awesome.
Alrighty. So that is the honor segment. Like I said, if we had stuff, it'd be like, oh, and it'd be like, but we honor you the best way that we can, the affordable. So thank you for being here. Especially you, Crack-A-Coon. I know you're busy with your schedule. You got to talk to that guy's agent. All right. So shall we move on to Dan the Man Does Impressions? All right. Are you ready for this?
Yes. Crack-A-Coon,
yes.
Both ready.
If I do this next year, I'll just have to do Crack-A-Coon, and add it to the wheel. The wheel will spin and spin.
I don't know if Michelle can throw you onto the set, though.
Oh, yeah. All right. Here we have our wonderful wheel. And hold on. It's getting stuck. Stuck. All right. It landed on Hocus Pocus. So you ready for that?
Sure.
All right. Are you ready? I'm going to go ahead and begin. Oh, what another glorious morning. Makes me sick. Ah, the master. Oh, look at this whole out kitchen. Look at this torture device. Why would the man then give us candy? Because he's not our master. Bless you. Oh, what is that? Halloween has become nothing than a frolic, sisters. Book. All right. So there you go. There's some.
You didn't do my favorite one from that, though, is Dead Man's Toe, Dead Man's Toe.
Dead Man's Toe, Dead Man's Toe. That one and Amok Amok always cracks me up.
Yes.
Do you know about Bette Midler having her shoes in the movie? That was part of her contract.
No.
For I Put a Spell on You, she wanted her shoes somewhere in the shot. So you'll see like a 10, 15-second thing of her little witch shoes walking. That was
Oh,
in
okay.
her contract.
All right. I will look for it this year when I watch it.
Yeah, it's the party scene when I Put a Spell on You.
Right. I know the scene. I just don't remember her little feet.
Oh, it's very quick, like you you got to pay attention.
Gotcha.
All right, it is the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. All right, ready? Here we go. And this year I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see the Great Pumpkin. What a blockhead. Every year my brother sits out there and waits for the Great Pumpkin, and he never sees it. He just sits out there and sits and sits. All right, let's go trick-or-treating. I got a Tootsie. What did you get? I got a candy. What did you get? I got a rock. All right. Good old Charlie Brown. All right. And Return of the Living Dead. You familiar with that?
I haven't seen it in a million years, but yeah, all I think of with those movies is brains. Like that's all I ever think.
Yes.
My Uncle John Was a Zombie, which was like the unofficial sequel
That's
Yes.
awesome.
with John Russo, who co-wrote that script.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you pick. You can pick anyone out of the choices. So pick. Sydney.
Oh, me. Oh, okay. I didn't want to like jump in. Well, it's got to be Scream because when I used to work in the clubs, I'd get, "What's your favorite scary movie, Sydney?" all the time,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I was Sydney first, by the way. But my favorite line from the original Scream is Matthew Lillard going, "Hit me with the phone, Dick." Like that's my favorite line in that movie.
All right. All right. We'll get there. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bring, bring. Hello. Who is this? Hello. What's your favorite scary movie? Nightmare on Elm Street. Is that the one where the guy has knives for fingers? I'm filming with the air belly and it cut me too deep. Did you really call the cops? Yeah. My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me.
Yes, that is the best scene.
All right, and we'll let Michelle pick the other one.
How about the original Night of the Living Dead? They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Yep.
That was the first scary thing I ever saw.
All right. You ready? They're coming to get you, Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Look, we need to go ahead and fill up the truck, and we need it with gasoline. All right, we clearly need to take shelter in the house. She's not well. We just need to leave her down in the basement. All right. Whenever you don't know, just do zombies. It's the time yet.
Candygram. Oh wait, no, that's not how it goes.
All right. And the last one we'll do is we'll do It. All right. We're gonna do the old school one with Stephen King, not the new one. All right, ready? Oh, hello, Georgie. Well, that's a nice boat. Would you want your boat back? My mom says I'm not supposed to take strangers. Oh, Pennywise the clown. Nice to meet you, Georgie. Bill, you let me get killed, Bill. It's not my fault. What we need to do is we need to come back here if it ever comes back. Don't go towards the light. Get out of dairy while you still can. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that. What's that?
I was going to say, isn't We All Float Down Here? Isn't that
Yes.
from the original one too?
Yes, we all float down here.
I love Tim Curry.
Tim Curry was so amazing as Pennywise the clown.
Yes.
And the guy, Richard, I want to say his name is Richard Mauser. He was Stan, the adult version in It. And then he was also in the movie The Thing.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I hope you enjoy Dan the Man Does Impressions. So that was that segment. Alrighty. So since we are in the Halloween spirit, what are some of your favorite Halloween movies? And we'll start with Michelle.
Oh, I like a lot of the old Hammer movies. I'm very old school. The Halloween, I like to go back to the originals. Vincent Price. A lot of those.
Nice.
House of Wax.
Yes.
All right. And you would probably like, I'm supposed to go to Monster Bash this year, and they're going to have Carolyn Monroe from Dracula.
Cool.
And then Sydnee, what is your favorite Halloween movies?
I like the 80s, like the Nightmare on Elm Street series. And I just recently watched Halloween 3 again, and I was like, oh man, I forgot, it gets a lot of hate because it shouldn't have been in the Halloween series, a lot of people think, but it's a great standalone movie.
I like that one too.
Yeah, because it's got the guy that was in Night of the Creeps. I can't think of his name right now. Yes. Love him. And when I was like, I forgot he's in there, I was getting all excited because I love him from Night of the Creeps. Thrill Me. That's another one I like.
Spooky Shamrock.
He was in The Fog too, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yes,
yeah.
That was a good one. Good Halloween one.
Yeah, those are good.
My favorite Halloween, I'll tell you my top 5. Bride of Chucky. I love because it's just so silly and ridiculous. Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yes, that's my favorite
one. Where the dream was. Yes.
The veins coming out. Oh, God.
Yeah. And especially when he's walking, he's like, have a good stroll. I love that Ira wants to be a wizard. And he looks like a very knockoff Harry Potter, like I'm a wizard, and then he gets killed.
He didn't say it was a good wizard.
Yeah, he didn't say it was a good wizard. He's a Tinu wizard. And then let's see. So Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Bride of Chucky, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
And let me see. Nightmare Before Christmas. I actually like Prom Night 2.
Okay.
That's the one with Mary Lou Retton. Or not Mary Lou Retton. Mary Lou. Not Mary Lou Retton. I don't want you to think there's a figure skater.
She's doing front handsprings across the prom.
Yeah, she's like, like slow motion and cuts the head off,
That would be fantastic. They need to do that.
There's like a judge table. All right.
Yeah.
Tens all around, son.
Tens across the board.
Yes. And then the newest one, and then Scream. Always watch Scream. on Halloween or Scream 6, but I'm beginning to think they're making too many of them.
Yeah, they're supposed to be making another one. But
Yeah, Scream 7.
when you said Wizard, it reminded me of The Gate. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
Because I love the claymation that was in it. Like, I just remember that with the kid putting the sheet up and putting his record on.
Yes.
Yeah, that was classic.
I remember that, and then I used to watch Goosebumps, and it's the R.L. Stein, and then the haunted mask one. That episode used to freak me out because the mask would become attached to the kid's head.
Yeah, that's scary.
It was freaky deaky. And then there's the Pete and Pete adventure. I don't know if you ever watched Pete and Pete, but they have a Halloween episode.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm a lot older than you. I'm starting to figure out. Because I'm like, I think my kids watch that.
So as far as your book, how would you say that you came about that you decided to write it?
Well, originally, years ago, I wanted to write a fiction series about working in gentlemen's clubs. And as I was writing it, I'm like, there's actually some really good lessons in this. Like it's kind of turning into personal development. So that's how this version of it started 5 years ago. It took me 4 years to write it. So it's personal development mixed with stories from growing up in the church and stories from working in gentlemen's clubs, and how sometimes the best lessons aren't in the places you think that they would be.
And I think it's great because it gives a different viewpoint. Sometimes I think as people we only see from one side of the glass instead of both sides. So,
Right.
Kudos for you for writing it. Has it been going well since you've been selling it?
Yes. I think like anything, you come out of the gate hot, and then you have to work harder to keep it going. So, I published it January of last year. So it's I'm in the grind stage now, but I'm still it's still going, and I'm getting new people all the time. I love to just meet new people and talk to them about it and stuff like that. So it's been really fun sharing the stories with everybody. But of course, you get some people that are like, but that just means that you're being honest and authentic. Because if everybody's like, oh, it's so great, then it's like, you didn't even read it. Like, like somebody along the line is going to disagree with me because we're human beings. But I got my first hater. I was so excited.
Page.
Exactly. When I got my first person that was like, you're a dirty slut, I'm like, hooray, I got a hater. Like, I've made it, So it's been fun. And the people that have been extremely supportive and encouraging have been interesting too. Like when my dad told me he was proud of me, because he's minister. And that's what, the preacher's daughter version of the stories, I was kind of like, but I'm just telling the truth. So that meant the world to me. So he actually bought multiple copies and sent them to his friends. So that meant a lot. So yeah, it's my poppy seed.
And tell us, Michelle, how has life been going in the world of film and all the films that you're doing?
Lots of fun. In fact, that's the only reason I haven't gotten any books written. I'm actually working on, the last time I was on your show, I had just written The Blackwell Mirror, and I've been working on a sequel to that for 2 years now, but I keep getting delayed because I stop and make a movie.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, so it's still waiting to be finished. I got to get back to it this winter. Hopefully this winter.
The book's like on the shelf and it's like, Michelle, work on me. I have another film. Drat.
Yeah, and then a film project comes along, and I've gotten delayed. I've started writing a couple of little screenplays for little projects. So, but I will get back to it. It will get out eventually.
I completely understand that because I just recently started doing little extra parts in films and it's so fun. So I completely understand, like,
It's worth dropping everything to do.
yes, absolutely. I'm like, I got you. And then like when you're like, oh, I'm going to go write for the book and you sit down and your brain's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
I had all these ideas until I sat down.
And I got to take him out to meet people. So
There you go. That's great.
He's got to be on his best crack behavior,
well, he will bite. I can't. Whenever I take him to a convention or something, I tell people, or a premiere, like whenever because we've had theater premieres. We're gonna have another one tomorrow night in Morgantown at the Mac. Crackoon is gonna show, and he'll be there on the red carpet to meet people. But I tell them I can't guarantee he won't bite.
You have to get the dog harness that says "not friendly."
Yeah.
Or you could have a little T-shirt. I may bite.
Yeah. Shirt.
Just get him a little Dracula cape. It's self-explanatory.
Yeah, because then he spawned. Crackula comes next. We just finished filming that this summer, so it's in post-production now.
That is awesome.
I feel like there could be a crossover because when you just mentioned Cape and Crack-a-Coon, I was thinking Darkwing Duck, like, I am the Crack-a-Coon, the terror in the night.
I forgot about Darkwing Duck, yeah.
They'd be like, let's get dangerous, and the eyes are like really big.
And orange.
Yes. But
so cool.
So with moving forward, what are your goals for 2025 as an author and performer? This is for both of you.
You want to go first, Michelle? I went first last question.
Okay. Try to get the sequel to the Blackwell Mirror done. There's 2 or 3 film projects in the works. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about those. But I definitely there'll be more crack inspired. Well, Crocodile for sure is one of them, and then other possible ones.
Stop it! I love these. Oh
yeah. Crack Squatch is also, but that I don't think that's in 2025. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, there's lots to work on in the Crack universe.
That's amazing.
And I'm going to try to get the sequel to the Blackwell Mirror written in between all of this.
And this is just an idea. I want Crackarana, like a crack piranha, like just a
I will bring that up with the rest of the Crack team.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I love it.
Dracula will premiere, so that will be fun. It's always the red carpet premieres are fun.
And for you, Sydnee?
Right now, I'm just going to different cons and stuff to promote the book I have on the 18th. It's Crickwater is a little networking event that I'm going to go to. That's going to be so much fun. It's got a lot of horror people at it. And then next year, the premiere of Delco the movie comes out, which is a local indie project that I was just an extra in. And then what else? Curse of the Ghostwriter we're still working on. I play April Jones. That's my actual role, not just an extra in that one. I'm super excited for The Power of Positive Murder to come out from Troma. I'm a Cretan terrorist mercenary in that I named myself Militia and gave myself a backstory that I told Lloyd Kaufman all about, and he very kindly smiled and nodded. He's a sweetheart. But I'm just going to keep trying to put myself out there to meet people, to network, to try and get the word out about this book. I do have another author project on the horizon, but it's a complete 180, so I don't want to talk about it yet because it's not anything like this one. So that's going to be neat. But my friend Johnny Logan Harley suggested that I should write what I've learned since Go-Go. So I'm trying to come up with some maybe a sequel to this about the 16 years since I hung up the heels, and see what I can share about that too.
the next chapter.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. I will let you, if you have any questions for me, I'll let you go ahead and ask those.
Well, what do you have in store for 2025? Oh, wait, I'm going to be on your podcast in December too. You're going to be
Yes.
on another. Yes.
2025. I'll be doing 20 episodes for Dan-A-Plooza. We're kind of doing less. We only have really one internet provider, so we can't do as many. I'm also getting back into my art, so I'm working on my art and hopefully doing some film stuff, but taking also some online classes, and maybe some other classes in person. So a lot of learning and developmental for me, and still doing the show, but just a lot of different doors being opened in 2025 for me.
That's fantastic. You plant the seeds and then down the line they grow for you. So that's awesome.
Yep. So anything else you want to say, Sydnee and Michelle, as we wrap it up on Dan-A-Plooza?
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for having me. And check out Crackoon on Screenbox.
All right, we will definitely do that. Thank you, everyone, for watching Dan-A-Plooza. Go ahead and check Crack-A-Coon on Screenbox. Check out Sydnee Author's book, Everything I Need to Go, I Learned to Go. And we will be back next Friday. Dan-A-Plooza continues with the Halloween Gorgeous Girls. It'll be Halloween themed. So everyone stay tuned for that. Have a spooky night. And thanks for watching Dan-A-Plooza. Take care.